Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look here at Ethereum Classic, see kind of what's going on, and help us understand big picture best practice so you can be a little bit more well-informed if you're going to consider investing in this coin. Now, future reference, I'm not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade. I hope you can learn something here today. My goal and my passion is to help you become more self-sufficient. So if you want that, feel free to join my community. Link in the description below, CryptoCache.tech is the site. And become a premium member. I actually have signals that I send out for every single trade that I take, so you know how to structure your trades effectively, as well as, of course, my trading academy and my amazing community that is just absolutely amazing. I don't know how else to describe it. Thank you all so much for being an amazing part of my life. Now, taking a look here at Ethereum. Here is what's going on with Ethereum Classic, ETC. I like to think of etc., right? And we're no longer etc. in the down direction. We are etc. in the upward direction. What I just mean by that is that we finally broke this little trend line here that effectively has been continuing on for months, right? So ever since September, its highest point in the recent time frame at $75, it's been tapering off ever since. So for right now, you can comfortably say that it's back on track, because we don't just have one day of breakout. We have 4 solid days in a row. So it's not one of these here where you just got this quick little pop up and pop down. It's essentially holding steady, and it's moving right up the Fibonacci retracement levels too. So it's really good stuff. RSI is a bit on the overextended side, of course. You can see that does happen when a coin is up about 60% in 4 trading days. So that makes a difference, right? That being said, though, when the RSI is up over 70, it can commonly work as a support level, now that it's been broken. So if the price were to come retrace back down, we can expect 70 to kind of maybe hold the price action in place and maintain that level. The likelihood of it just shooting straight down past 70 now at this point is pretty low. I feel it's very, very strong probability the price will continue to progress either sideways or up from here, at least in the immediate future, okay? So good stuff there in that sense. The one day looks fantastic. In fact, let's just do one big picture here too as well, just so you understand, generally speaking, where the most amount of volume accumulation is. Obviously, we have a tremendous amount from the years prior. But let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit and kind of just take the most recent data. And we can see there is a pretty big buy wall or sell wall potentially right around 57. So future reference, when the price were to come up into that $50 range, just note there's going to be a lot more volume and a potential of selling pressure at that point versus buying pressure. Just something to acknowledge. But all in all, it looks pretty good. And just to clarify too, again, it did very, very strong. It was very strong in the month of May, of course, right before Bitcoin took its first initial dip. And ever since it's been dipping essentially and going sideways, Ethereum Classic was kind of pushed to the side. But it looks like there's a lot more volume now for obvious reasons. And that volume helps the price continue to maintain. So if we can maintain higher volume, then Ethereum Classic will continue to increase. So I do recommend paying attention to the overall volume as well. Excuse me. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour. And just to clarify too, Bitcoin pumped last night, and that's what this is here. So don't think that this is kind of just out of ordinary or out of nowhere. It came with a reason, but on the same accord, it's still holding pretty strong here at this upper Fibonacci retracement level. So it's been maintaining for about 12 hours, approximately at $43. But as you can see here, nice consolidation at support and then a breakout to the upside. So a lot of times, you see the price come up and essentially, create this type of pennant pattern and break out to the upside. Of course, this was Bitcoin's behavior, right? But it was also priming and getting itself ready at support, kind of accumulating support and volume off $38 and bounced, right? So all good stuff there in that sense as well. I like to see that. We're up over both moving averages, and I forgot to acknowledge this too on the one day. We are currently above both moving averages here. The 200 is getting tested today, so if we can close above $41.50, that'd be a very, very good thing. Okay, so future reference, 41.50 would be a great place to close here or higher today. Obviously, 43 would be better, but 41.50, no lower than 41.50, and we'll be still remaining above that 200-day SMA. That'd be excellent. Excuse me. All right, so we're looking pretty good here. I like where the simple moving averages are at. I like where the RSI is at on the one day. I don't love it on the 4-hour. I would like to see this price go sideways a little bit longer to kind of calm down, but you can see here the simple fact that the actual RSI at 70 is holding as a support level. So it came down and bounced and progressed upwards. Now, to me personally, just based on the RSI being overextended and this push here, if we take a look at TD sequential, You can tell we got pushed into overtime, and that extra leg up, I wouldn't say it was unnecessary, but it was kind of almost too much, if you will. That being said, when you hit like a 9 on TD sequential and you keep going, the likelihood of a pullback is higher. So what I'm saying here is that Ethereum Classic could correct itself today and possibly retrace down to 41.50 or maybe even $38. All right, so just keep that in mind. If we lose 38 though, the price comes down to 38 and comes back down further, then we would have to reevaluate things, of course, and that would kind of, we'd be losing that momentous trend. I think the likelihood of that's pretty low, don't get me wrong, but just letting you know that, the fact that we had what is this? This is almost 2 to 3 days worth of just straight continuation to the upside. That's a lot of growth in a short amount of time, and a lot of times the price can correct itself. Another thing to acknowledge too, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but a lot of times when you have 3 strong green days, which technically we only had 2 in a row, the third day in most cases is a red day. So that's just something to consider. It really truly doesn't apply here because we had a doji candle from yesterday, but generally speaking, in this regard here, Ethereum Classic is slightly overextended, and it needs a little bit of time to calm down, and I'd like to see some more sideways action before it does. At least before it legs up again. Okay, but all in all, looking pretty good here considering how much it's consolidating at support. It is following Bitcoin somewhat because Bitcoin has a very similar structure, very similar pattern. But generally speaking, you can see this, this next leg up, followed by a potential pendant, and the price could and most likely should increase from there as long as we get enough consolidation. Okay, so again, looking pretty good here in that sense. TD sequential says we are at a 7 on the way down, so we could have 2 more hours of bearish divergence, followed by an increase. And then, of course, we take a look at the Ichimoku cloud. We can see we're well above. We got a nice little bounce off the cloud here. Conversion lines above the baseline, lagging spans free and clear of price action. So we have at least 12 more hours before we need to make a decision on closing our long position. Okay, so all good stuff there in that sense as well. So I literally see nothing adverse minus the fact that we're overextended on the 4 hour. I don't mind the RSI being up over 70 on the 1 day, but I do have a problem with it when it's on the 4 hour for too long. So just keep in mind, even though the 4 hour does look good in most cases, we're still a bit on the overextended side here. And the likelihood of a pullback, I think, is greater than Ethereum Classic shooting up from here. Just in that regard. Again, we get about 12 to 24 hours worth of consolidation. I would expect another leg up if it holds a price point of $43. If we lose 43, 41.50 would need to be the next bounce, and or just say worst case scenario $38, so we can continue to make higher lows. That's the important thing here, is to make these higher lows and to keep this progression going upwards. Okay, so again, all good stuff there in that sense for now. Ethereum Classic is exuding all good qualities of wanting to stick around and not just kind of fall as we're kind of used to. So I would say just get ready for more cool stuff from Ethereum Classic, but wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a lot of action in the next 24 hours. And big picture here too, just so you know, if it were to kind of continue higher, based on this increase here, right, let's just go ahead and go with this here. In the last 4 days, we've seen a 60% increase. There is potential if this run continues. We could be in the range of somewhere in the range of $50 to $65 as a rough estimate in the next week of trading. Okay, again, we do require and it will require essentially 24 to 48 hours of consolidation sideways. If we can get just say today and tomorrow to relax, and then another leg up from there, we could very well see that 50 plus range in the next couple of days or even couple of weeks. It's very realistic for us to see that here soon. It has proven to do very well, and it's obviously done well in the past. With more volume comes more volatility, and we're going to be able to see that. So hopefully you've found benefit here, of course. If you do, comment below, like, and subscribe. If you haven't already, consider becoming a community member. CryptoCache.tech is a site. I send out signals for every trade that I take. I have a trading community and academy teaching you how to be a better trader. I look forward to working with you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you soon.